Welcome back. Well, from universal health care to a growing number of Americans on government assistance, our next guest says we are quickly heading down the same path as failing European nations.
Is there anything we could do about it before it's too late? Joining us right now, conservative member of the European Parliament, one of our favorite all-time guests, and author of this great new book, Inventing Freedom, Daniel Hannan. Daniel, you see some worrisome signs now that you come here to the U.S. and have been monitoring us from Brussels.
Right. I'm inhabiting your future. It's a future of high spending, high taxes and centralized power, and government becomes remote, self-serving, corrupt. And you know what? It doesn't work very well. I've been picking that up watching your program this morning. There are technical failures, aren't there?
Well, we're doing our best. We've got a graphic to show folks. Right now in this country, about half are on some sort of entitlement. So we're doing our best to catch up to Europe.
You are. And actually, we're now putting the brakes on. And we're kind of glancing up at our rearview mirror, and who do we see hurtling to overtake us? Because the welfare claims in the UK are now being tackled. Not because we've massively cut things, but just we stopped increasing it. And we gave people a carrot as well. We increased the amount of money you could earn without paying tax. But it's made a huge impact. Unemployment is tumbling in the UK because people are now taking jobs that previously the tax system actually disincentivized them.
That's interesting.
If indeed we are headed down this path, you say, and you know, that prevention is better than cure. How can we do that at this point?
Well, I think particularly on the Obamacare, that phrase really applies big time. Prevention is better than cure. You will find, if you go down this road, that you switch the incentives and people start becoming dependent on the new status quo. Whether they're physicians, whether they're administrators, even whether they're users of the end product. It's very, very difficult. I mean, this is the one thing we found. You can't get rid of this. You can't make a fundamental change to a state-run healthcare system. It becomes politically impossible. So either don't do it at all, or just accept that it's going to happen.
In Inventing Freedom, you look at the history of English-speaking people. Why is it important to look back to understand where we are at today and the credit that English-speaking people deserve?
Most of the things that we now regard in the world as modern and comfortable and rational and progressive, from regular elections to the rule of law, equality between men and women, jury trials, these are not the natural condition of an advanced society. They were overwhelmingly precepts that were developed in the language that we are now talking. We are heirs to a unique tradition, really extraordinary, sublime tradition, and that carries a duty to keep it intact and pass it on to our kids.
I got a question for you. Little left turn here. Before the election in 2008, Barack Obama, wildly popular in Europe. Is the bloom off the rose over there?
I think he's still popular. I think if his electorate were EU commentators rather than American voters, he would have far higher approval ratings than the 38% or whatever it is he's got.
Right. Interesting. All right. Check out his brand new book. It is great. It is called Inventing Freedom.
Yeah, he links Britain's past with our birth.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Daniel.
Great to see you, Brian.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up straight